Cam Newton, the Atlanta, Georgia native, former Florida / Auburn / Blinn College quarterback, whatever university he went to. He played football and he won that national championship and the Heisman Trophy, and he was selected first overall by the Carolina Panthers in 2011. And he surely had himself a hell of a 2015 NFL season as Cam and company went 15-1 in a trip to the Super Bowl. But that team didn't win the Super Bowl. And why did they not win the Super Bowl? Why did this team fall apart after the Super Bowl? What made this team so special in 2015? We're about to find out on this episode of Flashback Friday. Alright guys, so since the Panthers won 15 games in 2015, we're going to do the top 15 plays from each of the 15 wins, starting with number 15, the Josh Norman interception. This is a week 1 matchup versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, and former UCF quarterback and turnover-prone Blake Bortles throws his interception to Josh Norman, and he takes it all the way for a Carolina touchdown. Number 14, Superman is airborne. This is a 66-yard touchdown drive versus the Houston Texans, and it's capped off by a 2-yard rushing touchdown with Cam Newton leaping over the middle and hitting a backflip. And yes, Superman is airborne. And number 13, back to Josh Norman, because this man is on fire. Alright, week 3 matchup versus the New Orleans Saints. We see Josh Norman doing his thing, and we also see Luke McCown at quarterback. He fires the pass to the end zone intended for Brandon Cooks, but instead it is picked off by Josh Norman. Sounds familiar. Moving on to number 12, because this man is still on fire for the 3rd time in 4 weeks. Josh Norman had himself a day. He picks off another turnover-prone quarterback in Jameis Winston, and he takes it 46 yards to the house for a pick 6 and a Carolina touchdown. Alright, shifting gears back to offense, not only was Cam the man that season, but so was Greg Olsen, his favorite target. You know, when Greg Olsen is healthy, he is one of the league's top tight ends, especially in 2015. And this is evident as Cam Newton lobs the pass for Greg Olsen for a 26-yard game-winning touchdown. Number 10, back-to-back interceptions. This is supposed to be a highlight reel of the 2015 Carolina Panthers, but I just have to say this. Sam Bradford was the starting quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles in 2015. This is when people still considered Sam Bradford to be a, talented quarterback, not an injury-prone, Heisman bust, millionaire disappointment quarterback. But anyways, he played for the Philadelphia Eagles, and he throws his interception. His intended receiver was Matthews, but instead it was picked off by Jones. But that doesn't matter because Cam Newton, a turnover-prone quarterback himself, gives the ball back to the Philadelphia offense. Alright, number 9, picked off. Alright, Andrew Luck receives so much praise from sports pundits, especially this guy.
You folks on this, Andrew Luck is a turnover machine. That's why they're 0-2. I don't mean to be mean-spirited. You're dumb.
Everyone seems to forget that he has issues turning the ball over, and this is especially evident on this play right here. He is pressured by the Carolina defense, and he forces his pass to T.Y. Hilton, but it is instead intercepted by Kurt Coleman. And number 8, another turnover. A-Rod makes a mistake. Alright, this is a rare turnover by Aaron Rodgers. His career to touchdown interception ratio is the highest of all time. He has thrown 338 touchdowns to only 80 interceptions. 8-0. That is insane. But he was unlucky in this week 9 matchup versus the Carolina Panthers. It is 4th and goal, and Aaron Rodgers is unfortunately pressured. He is forced to throw the ball up for grabs, and it is instead picked off to seal the game. Carolina Panthers win. They continue their hot streak, and they are undefeated, and they are unstoppable. Number 7, Marcus Mariota, WTF. I wouldn't necessarily say that Marcus Mariota is a bust, but I think that he's definitely in the same boat as Jameis Winston, as they were both taken 1st and 2nd overall in 2015. They both have been pretty much disappointments for their respective teams. And Marcus Mariota especially had a disappointing 2015 campaign as the team went 3-13, and you know what? this play pretty much sums up their season, okay? So you really do think that Mariota's going to throw this pass away, and it looked like he was going to throw it away, but instead it is picked off by Kurt Coleman as he falls out of bounds. In number 6, what a catch! This is a Week 11 matchup versus the Washington Redskins, and Cam and company came to play, especially when you see this improbable touchdown catch by Ted Ginn. Newton lobs it pretty much up for grabs, and Ted Ginn catches it. At first it was ruled not a catch, but it was reversed, and you can clearly see that Ted Ginn secured the ball. But the fact that it was caught in very, very tight coverage makes it amazing. And number 5, have yourself a turkey day, Panthers defense. Okay, so this is a Week 12 matchup versus America's team, Dallas Cowboys. They play in every Thanksgiving game, and this year's matchup was versus the Carolina Panthers. Tony Romo had probably one of the worst games of his career, and it starts off early with this 36-yard pick 6 by Kurt Coleman. And his next pick 6 is against Luke Kuechly. He takes it all the way for a 32-yard touchdown. And not only that, on the next Cowboys offensive series, he is picked off once again by Luke Kuechly. Alright, so let's just be real with ourselves for a moment. Has Tony Romo ever had a signature win? I mean, he is 2-6 in the playoffs, and during his rookie year, he did fumble away the victory that should have been theirs when they played the Seattle Seahawks. But in spite of that, he dominates the statistical category. You know what? He has one of the highest career passer ratings of all time, and he has the highest fourth quarter passer rating of all time. So, you know what? His career was probably bittersweet. Number 4, we have Cam Newton's MVP moment. Alright, this is a Week 13 matchup versus the New Orleans Saints, which ends with this touchdown pass, this game-winning touchdown pass to Kachuri. I'm not sure how you say his name. Number 3, a painful game to watch. Oh my goodness. So the Panthers shut out the Falcons in Charlotte. The score was 38-0. The defense came up huge. Matt Ryan threw 2 interceptions, but the best play wasn't even on defense. It was on offense as Cam threads the needle on this play, and he finds Ed Dickinson for the touchdown. Alright, Cam Newton, MVP at this point. No doubt about it. Number 2, the Panthers almost blow a lead. Panthers faced the Giants in a Week 15 matchup. The Giants were down 35-7 late in the third quarter, okay? Late in the third quarter, but Eli and company rallied the team back to tie the game with 2 minutes left. The score is 35-35 at this point, but Cam Newton, MVP Cam Newton, leads the team down the field, and the drive ends with his 43-yard Graham Gano game-winning field goal. Number 1, the Panthers finished 15-1. Alright, this is the best record in franchise history, and it caps off with the victory versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Great season for the Panthers. Okay, not gonna go into much detail about the divisional round and the NFC Championship games. Just know that they were victories, and also know that the Panthers almost blew a lead versus the Seahawks. They narrowly won that game 24-31. They were leading 31-0 at half, but Russell Wilson and company almost brought that team back, but thankfully for the Carolina defense, they held them off. In the NFC Championship game, that was a blowout victory. Carson Palmer had 6 turnovers. The Panthers won 49-15 to advance to Super Bowl 50. Not much really to say about Super Bowl 50. It was a defensive battle for sure. Both quarterbacks played horribly, especially Peyton Manning, but you know what? It was his last game. He was pretty much done. He threw 9 touchdowns to 17 interceptions that season, so in actuality, you know what? He was going to retire, regardless of the outcome of that game. He went 13 of 23 for 141 yards, 0 touchdowns to 1 interception, but that doesn't matter because the defense held them off. Let me tell you why. Carolina committed 4 costly turnovers, 2 of which were from Cam Newton, including this costly fumble that he just stared at, backed away from, didn't even fall on top of it, didn't even put any effort to actually recovering his own ball. The score was 10-16 at this point. Come on, Cam, you could have let that team down the field and tied the game, potentially win the game with an extra point.
Okay, you say my effort. I didn't dive down. I fumbled. That's fine. But we didn't lose that game because of that fumble. I can tell you that.
At the end of the day, it's just a game, okay? Not the end of the world, and life goes on. And I believe he still hasn't even watched the Super Bowl after losing. but that's him. Okay guys, that's my Flashback Friday episode. Thank you for watching, and if you like videos like this, please subscribe, turn on that notification bell, because I post videos like this every single week, and I will see you next time.